Are you getting ready to take the Praxis School Counselor exam? This is test code 5422. If this is a test that you need to pass, then I think I can help. My name is Bob, and I am a test prep expert with Study.com. In this video, I'm going to help you by walking you through the information that you need to know to feel confident and prepared on exam day. We are going to review everything that is on the test, how to prepare, and 5 top tips so that you will be successful. Let's get started. Praxis 5422 aligns with ASCA School Counselor professional standards and competencies, guiding you as a counselor to meet student needs from pre-K through 12th grade. It covers diverse areas like counselor history, human development, ethics, and interventions. Questions evaluate your grasp of counseling practices and application to your real school situations. You'll analyze and respond to scenarios involving students, classrooms, and community events. You will answer questions from 4 content categories. One is the Define section with about 30 questions and 25% of the exam. Next is the Deliver section, which is approximately 48 questions and 40% of the exam. Then there is the Manage portion with roughly 24 questions and is 20% of the exam. Finally, the smallest section is Assess with about 18 questions and is 15% of the exam. Be sure you check out our channel for videos that go into a lot more detail for each topic and subtopic. In these videos, test prep experts review sample problems step by step so you will have a better understanding of the types of questions you can expect to find on the actual exam. How many questions? There are 120 selected response questions, in other words, multiple choice questions. Some questions will have the possibility of 1 or more correct answers amongst the options. You can identify these by the phrase, select all that apply. There may also be questions where you have to fill the answer into a text box and other types of questions. Most of the questions are scenario questions where you will recall or apply knowledge in the context of the school counselor's job. Here's an example. And this is where I want to give you the first 2 of my top test-taking tips, which are to read these questions thoroughly, and another is to read through all the answer options before making your final decision. The easiest way to make a careless mistake is to misread the question or choose the first answer that looks right. Make sure you thoroughly understand what is being asked and have considered each answer choice before selecting an answer. How long is the test? The total available time is 2 hours or 120 minutes. This means you have 1 minute per question. Here's where my test-taking top tip number 3 comes in, which is to aim for 45 to 50 seconds per question, which will give you a buffer for questions that may require more thought. Plus, it will leave you with time to review at the end. Top tip number 4, avoid overthinking questions you are unsure about. Move on so you don't lose time. How is the test delivered? You will be taking this test on a computer. You can sit the exam at a test center or at home with online proctoring. There may be some questions that are evaluative and don't impact your final score, but you won't know if the question counts or not, so just assume that every question counts. This brings me to my final top tip, which is to watch your time. The best way to ensure you stay on target is to do a timed practice. This will help you get used to how long you have for each question. So what exactly is on the exam? There are 4 main categories. Let's delve into each of the categories more closely. The first category is Define. This includes role of the school counselor, human growth and development, and ethical and legal issues. Role of the school counselor. This will assess your ability to advocate using current literature, research, data, and best practices, as well as understanding the ASCA national model, how you can create systemic change, and how to differentiate between your responsibilities as a counselor and non-counselor tasks. Human growth and development. You will be assessed on your understanding of major human development theories, current research, and promoting holistic student development, including cognitive, personality, emotional, and social aspects, as well as theories on family systems. Ethical and legal issues. You will be tested on how well you understand professional boundaries, legal and ethical guidelines, and the importance of self-awareness regarding personal biases. Your ability to recognize the need for continuous professional development and practice methods for maintaining mental health and motivation, and your familiarity with your role in relation to the Americans with Disabilities Act and Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act. Here's an example question typical of this category. It's a scenario question in which the test taker will apply knowledge of childhood development. The second category is deliver. This includes direct student services and indirect student services. Direct student services. You will be examined on your understanding of techniques for assessing student outcomes and utilizing various technology applications for counseling programs. Your familiarity with the purposes and theories of individual counseling, educational planning methods, crisis interventions, trauma-informed counseling, peer mediation, conflict resolution, and interpreting achievement test results, and your recognition of the potential impact of cultural, social, and environmental factors on student test performance. Indirect student services. You will be tested on your knowledge of your role in supporting the development and implementation of student service plans, consultation characteristics, collaboration with families, teachers, support personnel, administrators, and community partners to foster equitable learning environments. Here's an example typical of this category and also an example of a question with multiple correct answers. You will mostly see multiple choice questions with a single correct answer, but sometimes you will see questions where multiple are correct. Make sure to read the question carefully so you know whether you should select one or multiple answers. This question specifies that there are 3 correct answers. Other times, you will see the phrase select all that apply. The next category is manage, which includes understanding the use of technology to manage and evaluate school counseling programs, designing, implementing, and evaluating such programs, distinguishing between participation, mindsets and behaviors, and outcome data, and developing annual student outcome goals. Here's an example question. The final category is assess, which includes assessing a school counseling program, establishing goals, evaluating effectiveness, and assessing student outcomes. Understanding that data analysis and reporting are essential for program improvement. Here's an example. That's a lot. So how do you prepare? We recommend starting with a full-length practice test. Study.com's test prep course offers several. In this way, you can identify your strengths and weaknesses so you know where to focus the most time. Don't worry about your scores on these prep tests. They are simply for the purpose of finding out what you need to work on, so please don't feel discouraged. It's part of the process. With the Study.com course, we will auto-generate an individualized study plan just for you. If you do use other test prep methods, you will likely have to do the analysis of your practice tests manually. Watch Study.com's lessons to review the topics in your study plan and do practice problems. I am personally a fan of flashcards as they are versatile, portable, and most importantly, effective. You may also find the discussion questions listed in the official exam guide useful. Thinking through these questions will help you solidify your understanding. You can find the exam guide on praxis.ets.org. My top tip for studying is really 3 steps that you should do again and again. Ready? Review, practice, repeat. And as a reminder, here are my top tips for taking the test. Number 1, read the questions thoroughly. Underline keywords if you find that useful. Number 2, read all the questions before choosing your answer. Cross out the ones you know are incorrect to save time if you skip to the next one. Number 3, aim for 45 seconds per question. This gives you a buffer for questions that may require more thought plus time to review at the end. Number 4, avoid overthinking questions you are unsure about. Move on to the next question so you don't lose time overall. You can always go back. Number 5, watch your time. If you are looking for solid test prep in order to understand the skills and content on the exam, as well as the structure of the actual exam, then Study.com offers an excellent Praxis 5422 School Counselor test prep course, and I highly recommend it. The course covers everything that I've summarized here, and it goes into far greater detail. This course is written and vetted by school counselors and experts and includes short-form videos for every relevant concept. Additionally, there's a bank of high-quality practice questions with detailed answers included. Most importantly, there's a 92% pass rate for those who have completed the course. With that said, I hope I was able to give you a good idea of the concepts and theories you can expect to find on the actual exam. If this video helped you, please check out some of the other videos in this and other series for more Praxis test prep. Please like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button so you won't miss any new videos when they drop. If there are any specific tests or questions that you would like us to review, please let us know in the comments below and we will get to them as soon as possible. Finally, once you've passed Praxis 5422, please leave a note in the comments so we can all celebrate your success. Good luck!